You woke up today and waited to feel like it, and it did not come. The workout stayed undone, the page stayed blank, and the day started winning before you even got in the fight. If you have been standing in place, waiting to feel motivated before you move, this one is for you. I am Michael E. Hattaway. After nearly 3 decades in behavioral and mental health, now retired, I am done chasing the feeling, and so is this show. This is Iron Strengthens Iron. Here is the promise of this first episode. By the end, you will stop waiting for motivation, and you will start building the one thing that outlasts it. You are waiting for a feeling that was never coming. That is the trap, and almost every man walks into it. We treat motivation like the starting gun. No spark, no start. So we wait. We scroll. We tell ourselves it is just not the right time yet, and the waiting even feels productive because it is dressed up as patience. It is not patience. It is drift with better branding. And here is the cruel part. The waiting feels like planning. You research the program, you buy the gear, you tell yourself you are getting ready. Dopamine loves that guy. He gets the reward of the fantasy without ever paying for the work. Motivation is real, but it is a guest, not a foundation. It shows up when it wants, and it leaves the moment the work gets hard, which is exactly the moment you needed it most. Think about every January gym, packed on the 2nd of the month, empty by February. Those men did not run out of willpower. They ran out of the feeling they were standing on, and they had built nothing underneath it. A spark is not a fire. The men who kept going were not more motivated in February. They were more formed. Somewhere in those first cold weeks, the workout stopped being a decision they had to win every morning and started being a thing they simply do. That is the whole game. You move a behavior out of the willpower budget and into the identity, where it costs almost nothing to keep. If the only thing holding your habit up is how you feel about it this morning, you do not have a habit. You have a mood with good intentions. Motivation is weather. Formation is climate. Weather changes hour to hour. Some mornings you wake up sunny and certain, some mornings gray and heavy, and you do not get a vote in which one arrives. You know this pattern. You have started the same diet, the same routine, the same resolution more times than you would ever admit out loud. It is not that you are lazy, it is that you keep building your life on a mood, and moods were never meant to carry that kind of weight. Formation is different. Formation is the climate you build on purpose, one rep at a time, until the man who does the work is simply who you are, rain or shine. The reason you keep failing is not that you lack discipline. It is that you keep handing the decision to a feeling and then acting surprised when the feeling lets you down. Take the vote away from the feeling and give it back to the practice. I learned this the slow way. There was a season, years into my own career, when I was running on what looked like drive and was really just momentum and adrenaline. I mistook motion for foundation. And when the adrenaline finally ran out, I had nothing underneath me, because I had never built the practice under the performance. I want to be specific here, because vague lessons change no one. I had the titles, I had the reputation, I had people telling me I had it all together. And privately, I was held up by adrenaline and the quiet fear of being found out. None of that is a foundation. A foundation is what is still standing on the morning nobody is watching and nothing feels urgent. The day the weather turned, I found out how little was actually under my feet. That is not a failure of character. It is a failure of formation. And formation, unlike the weather, is something you can start building today. Discipline is not the enemy of freedom. It is the door to it. The world sells you a lie, that discipline is a cage, and that the free man is the one who does whatever he feels whenever he feels it. Look closer. The undisciplined man is not free. He is owned. Owned by his phone, his moods, his cravings, the loudest urge in the room. He is a passenger in his own life, and something else is driving. Watch a man who says his family is everything, then loses 2 hours a night to a screen while they wait on him in the next room. He is not a liar. He is undisciplined, and from the outside the two look identical. Formation is how you take the wheel back. Real freedom is not the absence of rules. It is the presence of the right ones, chosen by you and kept by you, until they run without you having to argue with yourself every single morning. The disciplined man is the freest man in the room, because he is the only one who actually owns his next move. That is what this whole show is built on, a simple code we will walk through together all season. A.L.I.V.E. Awareness. Learning to see your own drift honestly, without the courtroom drama and the excuses. Liberation. Mastering the small gap between the urge and the action, so you stop being owned by whatever shouts loudest. Integrity. Closing the space between what you say you value and what you actually do, until your word and your walk shake hands again. Vitality. Guarding the fuel underneath the discipline, because no man pours from an empty tank. And endurance. The long obedience in one direction. The reps you keep running long after the feeling is gone. We will spend a full episode on each, because a man is not fixed with a slogan, he is formed with reps. 5 pillars. One man. Built, not born. You do not need a new life. You need the next 3 minutes. Here is the whole practice, and it is small on purpose. When you catch yourself drifting, do not sit there waiting for a wave of willpower to come and rescue you. It is not coming. Instead, set 3 minutes. Breathe once, slow. Name the next right action out loud, just one. Then do it, however small, however unimpressive. That is a rep. 0 breaks the practice, 3 minutes maintains it. And do not roll your eyes at 3 minutes. Small is not weak. Small is what survives your own resistance. A goal your resistance can veto is not a plan, it is a wish. And 3 minutes slips under the bar every single time. Miss the workout, and 3 minutes of stretching keeps the identity alive. Skip the writing, and 3 minutes on one sentence keeps you a man who writes. And when you miss, and you will miss, here is the rule that saves the whole thing. Return without a story. Do not explain it, do not apologize for it. Do not build an elaborate case for why this time was different. The slip is information, not a verdict on your character. You catch it, you redirect, and you start the practice again. The return is the practice. You have been in that moment 1,000 times, standing in the kitchen at 9 at night, tired, the day already half surrendered, one hand reaching for the phone. That is the rep. Not tomorrow, not in some cleaner version of your life, right there, in the tired and the ordinary. Most men try to win the whole war before breakfast, and they quit by noon, because the gap between who they are and who they want to be feels too wide to cross in a single day. It is too wide to cross in a single day. It was never meant to be crossed in one. That gap is closed in 3-minute increments, one honest rep at a time, on the days you feel it, and especially on the days you do not. You are not trying to become a new man today. You are casting one honest vote for the man you are becoming. Do that enough times, and formation stops being something you force and starts being something you are. So here is your action step, and I want you to do it before this day is over. Run one 3-minute return. 1 breath, 1 named action, 1 rep. Do not tell yourself you will start Monday. Monday is where formation goes to die. And if you want an honest map of where you are holding ground and where you are drifting, take the free Brotherhood Readiness Assessment. No pressure, no rush. It is open whenever you are ready at ironstrengthens.in. Find out where you actually stand, not where you hope you stand. This is Iron Strengthens Iron, and as iron strengthens iron, one man strengthens another.